Hi guys, Luke from Lucas Cars, and today we're playing a bit of Car X Drift Racing. This is a game that is on PlayStation 4, Xbox and on mobile devices as well. The mobile one might be a little bit different to this, so I'm not too sure as I don't play that one anymore, but it's basically a drifting game, has some sort of time attack modes as well, but I focus on the drifting, which is what we'll be doing in today's video. It's just a bit of gaming, just chilling out really, and sort of showcasing what the game's about, I suppose, a little bit. Not too in depth, it's more of just a chilled video rather than going into all the detailed tuning bits. But as you can see, I mean, this is a recreation of my actual vehicle in real life that I've attempted to do. It's not just, I suppose, on training. Tandem I'll explain that whilst we're doing some drifting, I suppose. But there's three main modes for drifting. You've got drift, which is you set, like, you do a lap, you get so many points to do the lap, and you just set a high score really against yourself. That's kind of it, quite simple. Tandem, similar thing again, but it's obviously tandem drifting, so you might wonder how that works with two, just like one person. Obviously tandem's two cars. You set the first lap and then you do the second lap and chase your first run, if that makes a bit like a ghost, I suppose, and like a game that you do like a time trial in a way, if that makes sense. I'll do one of those shortly just so you can sort of see how that works. And then obviously you've got free roam sort of thing where it's just free practice on any track that you choose, do what you want. There's no time, you score and stuff, but it doesn't mean anything, it's just in general of what you're scoring. Currently playing on controller if you're interested. You can play on the steering wheel. I don't enjoy personally the steering wheel, I find it very tricky. I play a lot of other sim racing games and this doesn't really, it's not really a sim game in my opinion, it's just fucking arcade. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I play this probably more than most sim stuff, but just to get that out there in case you buy it and you've got like a full sim rig and you're like, I mean, some people might be really good at it, but I'm just not personally. But the physics are pretty decent, to be fair. On a controller, I couldn't ask for anything more. They are really good. The smoke's really good. The visuals are really good. You've got different camera angles, which I only tend to drive in this one just because it's easiest rather than the cockpit. It's another level of difficulty at that point. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, as you can see, it's quite visually appealing, I would say, to even hopefully just watch. Obviously, it's more fun to play, but this is quite a popular track. I've fudged that slightly, but obviously they're not branded, but you can tell what the tracks are meant to be. I think there is some branded ones, but some of them aren't. But you get the gist of free roam. I'm going to go off this before you get too bored of that. Finish that. But yeah, I mean, the main reason sort of showcasing this is just because it's sort of winter time and all that sort of thing. I mean, I'm not really out doing too much, to be fair. So this is just sort of one of them things that I do whilst I'm sort of relaxing, as well as the sim racing stuff. This is just something that maybe you might want to pick up and play if you're interested or whatever, or you don't. You just want to watch maybe videos on it and realise it's a game that you find interesting, or you might learn something, who knows. But Tandem, we will go with Mondello Park. This is a track in real life, which is in Ireland, which they do quite a lot of events and stuff up there, so it's quite a cool track. Never actually been there, but I've seen a lot of videos of it and stuff, so it's cool that I've got a game that's actually got this track. I don't know any other games that have. I mean, there probably is, but non-drifting games, none that I know of, at least. But like I said, with the tandem mode, it works like your normal scoring system for drifting. You've got all the bits that you have to clip with the car, and obviously the chase driver has to follow them as close as they can. We'll set the starter one with the E36. I didn't explain too much of the tuning, but you can sort of change everything, like suspension wise, height and casters and all that sort of stuff, and tyre pressures and all that sort of thing, so you can set the cars up properly, which is really cool. This one's been set up quite well by myself somehow. I've not done a good job there. That's going to be really tricky to follow, but we'll see how we get on. There's no braking zones, so you can kind of do what you want really, which is, I suppose, good and bad, but for when it's against yourself, it makes it, I suppose, a bit easier. I don't know, I mean, if the braking zones were there, then it's something to guide off, but you can kind of do what you want. And then you get your scores at the end, it breaks it down for all the different categories. then we'll follow in the 350 just so you can, obviously you can change your tyre pressure before it pops up there briefly, and then on the right hand side you've got like throttle, clutch, all them things, so you can see what I'm pressing I suppose if you weren't interested in that. And then you basically just like with normal drifting, you're trying to get as close as you can while sort of staying on the route I suppose. You can hit the other driver, not too aggressively, like real drifting I suppose, because it won't last dodging it. If their car gets upset, then it ends the run, I suppose. You can see like that. I hit them quite hard there, but you can sort of lightly tap them and such, which I'll show you. It says I'll attempt to show you. I'll get on the middle sort of thing. You can see you can be quite aggressive still, but it's just not driving into them like what I did there. A little bit of contact there, that was really gentle to be honest. So we'll touch a bit on the brake. Power down. But the smoke and visuals are really good on the game. I mean, it's really nice to just watch, like play and watch, I suppose. Then you've just got a bit more power than me though around this. But you get the idea. I mean, it's tandeming. It's pretty simple in terms of what it is. Doing it is another thing. But and then you get your scores at the end, who's won, like normal drifting really, so you could have your own little competition really. It's if you had your friends around take turns, or there is the online mode where you can do all this as well. Don't really play too much of that because it's, I don't know, it's hit or miss with what other players are online really I suppose, but we might jump online just see what's about and see if we can get any interesting battles with some randomers I suppose and see how that goes. It doesn't work how I'd want it to work, because I'd want it to be just you go into a competition, you beat people, then it goes up and up sort of in the tiers, but it doesn't. It's more if you're in a free roam, then you can challenge people to a drift battle and that's kind of it. I mean, they might implicate something like a proper scoring system in the future, but currently we haven't got that. There is a night mode as well, but I don't use that. It's nice that it's there though. Online you're going to want a high spec car just because everyone's obviously played this game for a while. It's been out for a decent amount of time, so everyone's in pretty high spec stuff. So we will go in the Supra that we've got I suppose. This is in a fancy fade livery done by myself. There's no pre-saved livery, so everything that you do is done by yourself. As you can see, you've got all your shapes and stuff like standard in most games where you have to make liveries yourself. But pretty cool. I mean, it looks really cool in silver to be honest, but this stands out a little bit more, so we'll go with it. And then just briefly you can see like all the power figures and stuff, and you can change the rev limiter, so you can sort of see how that affects power and everything, and the torque. You can change the torque band, so you've got more torque lower down. The options are there. I just have everything at max. It tends to work. Multiplayer room list. So for the room list you can choose like Europe, America and all the different areas that you want to go on. I think I've got mine filtered to Mondello because that was where I was last playing. So there's lots of drift games, they're other YouTuber people, so we'll go for that one. I mean, it probably isn't them hosting the actual server, but it's probably just fans of them I'd assume. But I know Mondello relatively well, so I know that I'll be okay on it and not just be awful, so it'd be shocking to watch if I'm not very good. Hopefully this has been slightly entertaining to watch. I mean, it's fun to play. That's mainly just trying to get across that in times where you can't do your car stuff because it's getting cold now. I don't want to be outside working on a car. You can be. That was super laggy then. Another issue you get with online sometimes with some servers. It's too bad we'll have to change. But yeah, it's just something to do, I suppose, whilst you're inside. It's another. I don't think it's super popular, so it's nice to try and get it out there a little bit. I mean, there is other drifting games as well, but this is just one of the few, I suppose. But online's a bit of, it's just everyone does their own thing, unless they challenge you to battles, which we'll try and that. It's a shocking entry. So yeah, someone's following me. I think they just want to follow me. He's doing pretty well chat. Love that. Let's see if I can try and get a drift battle going. How do we do that? Nope, that's join. Aha. Competition, 2 players, create. And then you basically set that. And then someone should accept it. And then you basically have a little battle going for you. There we go. Ah, it's another Supra. Cool. So I'm leading this one. And then he should follow, I think. Unless this is the one where it's just points. I'm not too sure. He's in the way. I don't know who's following who. I think I was... Yeah, I fudged it in. I think I was meant to be leading, but then he overtook me and it confused me. Yeah. Oh, we both got disqualified anyway. That was the end of that. Online. Really good. Try again. Let's see if we get right. I'll try and make sure I stay out front then. He might also not know what's going on, so he needs to just stay behind me really. He undertook me. I think it's because he didn't run as wide, obviously. Oh! That wasn't slow. That wasn't that bad. Has that ended it? I'm not sure. Me off now because I don't know if that ended it because I went too slow. I'm still drifting. I've gone off. I'm doing awful. But I don't play that much. Oh dear. Oh, that was shocking. I think it was still going, obviously. Yeah. I didn't go great. Try again. Let's do another one. You get the idea. I'm following him this time, so at least I can be out of the way. I can just, if he goes, following you, dude. Amazing, but it's also really hard to follow someone when you don't know their driving skill, I suppose, and I don't know the track amazingly. I apparently won that way. Cool. I think that's it. I don't think you then run it again. I think there's different ones, but I don't know how you do all these different ones. There's a tandem one I don't really understand, to be honest. I don't know what safe mode even is. We'll click that and see what that is. But as you can see, this was never here before, all these online bits. This is all relatively new, so I'm not too used to it. Apologise for anyone that complains against me and I run a shit line. I tend to wiggle it. He was pretty good at the start. I think he dropped off near the end because I might have thrown him off because I went straight rather than doing the snake, which you can do what you want, I suppose. We'll see what he does on it. His car seems so much faster than mine already. Might have to cut corners this one. I've got it set up for grip as well, which is crazy. And then people can still follow. And he's gone way too wide. Ah, he's lost it. That's a shame. I enjoyed driving against that guy though. That was not bad. We'll see if we can get that again. Yes, there we go. Take 2. I'm getting a faster car from mine. I've got other cars, but I just need to get better at driving. I had to majorly cut that corner just to try and keep up. Yeah, he snakes this Okay. Don't know who's winning. There should be a bar that tells you who's winning, like they do in real drifting. But I guess that might vary on whoever wins the competitions. Oh no, he's almost pushed me off the track. I'm off. So luckily his car more than mine then. That was my bad. Ah, silly me. I think there is just tandem competition. I don't know what other option you've got. It doesn't seem like. Yeah. We'll see if we can do another one. We'll do one more then, and then we'll change track just for the end of it. I don't want to ramble on for too long and bore people, I suppose. Technically won as long as I don't spin out now. Easy said and done. Oh, I've thrown him off now, I wasn't ready for it. Oh, he's straightened up, see the other man there. Drop the wheel to pull that last line. Is he along the snake? Vacuum. Oh no, fuck it. Oh, that was dodgy. Come on, get on the door, you can do it. That's not bad, that was good effort there. Pretty good. Obviously I won because the first one, but we'll leave that now. We'll finish it up with doing, I don't know what track actually. I was going to leave to go and do a certain track, but I don't know what track I'm doing now. I think I'll do the one with the jump drift. We'll do it in the Mustang that I'm not super set up with yet, but it's quite a fun car to drive, super gripped up. So that is just on single player. I've got on training, I need to pick the car before we do that. Which is that one. Ridiculously jacked up. The main reason I've done this, it looks weird, but it's to try and get, it's quite tricky to drive, but you can see I've got it to 3-wheel. It kind of does it if you keep an eye on the wheel, I suppose, if you're interested in it. It's just a little thing, but I think it's pretty cool when it does it. Hopefully today's video's been alright. I mean, I've not done too much recently. I mean, I would love to upload every week, but I'm just not really doing too much, to be honest, in terms of, I mean, I'm out with my mates doing stuff, but not really content and stuff. It's just more just enjoying ourselves, not really, there's no car events on, there's no drift days that I've been going to, just because, I mean, I broke the 350. It's currently fixed though, did fix that. I haven't filmed anything about that, just because it's just a wiring thing, and I'm not really, I don't want to advise people on how to fix wiring issues and stuff, so I've just kind of done that in the background, so, but, yeah, so they'll just be doing little bits over the Lexus and other random bits that, they'll just be random videos that just pop up, such as this one, just some spontaneous video that I've done, just for the users, the watchers, I don't know, just for whoever to enjoy really. I enjoy making them, so that's enough for me, and then if someone else finds it enjoyable, then it's a double win really. There is more to this track. I only ever drive this little bit of the track, but there is like a proper tow road that you can go around on, which we will go to after the jump break. I don't think that's how you meant to do that, but yeah. But I mean, this game I think is developing quite well. I mean, it's came quite far in the past year of it being, I think it's been out for a year or so. Just over, it might be 2 years now, I don't know. But they've done quite a lot of stuff to it in terms of adding more body kits and more cars to the game. And the online's improved quite a bit, so I'm intrigued to see where it does go in the future in terms of competitions on it. That's my main thing, what I'm intrigued about. And obviously more cars. I mean, tuning wise, they've kind of nailed it already in terms of what you can do with the cars. And engine swaps and stuff would be cool, but it's not necessary because you don't really look at them anyway. But it's a very fun game. It's probably one of our more preferred arcade drifting games. It's probably the best arcade drifting game that I know of. Sim racing one is still obviously held down to a set of course for me personally, which I might do a video on, depending on how well this one's received, I suppose. I mean, I might do one anyway, to be fair. I don't do these for views, because I'm playing it anyway, why not record it, sort of thing. As you can tell, I'm not amazing at the game, but I play it for fun, so it's all gravy. I want to loop around to the track. I'll do one good jump drift and then we'll call it a day. Got the track here. I'll say one good jump drift, it'll probably take about 100 attempts to do one. I'll slow down loads there, then I just hit the wall, not hit the wall, but tap the wall. Anyways, hopefully today's video has been slightly interesting, or maybe you found a new game that you might want to play, or you just found it an interesting watching me play a game that you might know, you might not know, but I mean, I've had fun playing it, probably not enjoyed editing it. I don't enjoy editing, to be honest, but mainly because of my computer, not the editing itself. My computer's a bit slow. I'll be upgrading that soon, hopefully, as long as I don't spend more money on car parts, as per usual. But yeah, hopefully today's video's been alright. Something a bit different, I suppose, to the usual stuff of me doing something with a car, or a car. And this is still car related, so yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and if you've got this far into the video, then congratulations, you've put up with me for a long amount of time. But yeah, till next time guys, see you later.